Okay, I am live right now. Um, we have a slight risk, and that is driven by damaging winds. We do have a tornado threat, but that is not for our area exactly. For the northern part of western Kentucky, let me go ahead and show you the tornado threat. We have a 2% chance of tornadoes right in northern Christian County, Kentucky, but places like Indiana and then over here in this area, they do have that tornado threat. We do have a tornado warning that just got issued. Let me show you the radar. We have a tornado warning that just got issued, and that has it's not confirmed. It's a radar indicated. It's radar indicated. We have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. Evansville right now is going through the clear of it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to fix something, but I'll be right back. And we have this severe weather threat. I would watch out in Evansville. The tornado warning, it's right near Henderson. And we have this tornado warning. I would watch out for that right near Henderson. So anybody in this tornado warning, it's heading right towards Owensboro. So we'll keep an eye on that. Our area, it's coming right in western Kentucky. It's about to hit Princeton. We have the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to switch radars real quick. And this is a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think it has a tornado possible tag. It's driven by the probability of 60-mile-an-hour winds, so be prepared in Paducah. That's place. In these other cities, I would watch out for some severe weather there. Right now in our area, the dew point is at 61. So if that's enough for severe weather, we just got a mesoscale discussion recently, and that has the peak wind gusts of around 55 to 70 miles an hour, and 80 for the tornado. The peak in tornado intensity is 85 to 115 miles per hour. And the hail size, really, we don't have much of a hail threat, but the peak hail size is 1 inch and a quarter, and but we don't really have much of a hail threat for that. We do have this big special weather statement. It's pretty much expired by now, but that does have the potential for um that has the potential for some wind gusts up to 55 miles an hour, so watch out for that. But that's about to expire. I'm going to show you the damaging wind threat real quick. For if I go to the outlooks, I'll show you the damaging wind threat. That's at 15 miles and 15 miles 15 15% within 25 miles of any given point. So anybody in this yellow area, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see some damaging winds. Over here in our area, we're in the 5% chance, and that's what the marginal risk is driven by for our area. And let me look at the radar, and you can see that we have a tornado watch actually over here along this area in northern Kentucky, northwest Kentucky, and then over here we have a tornado watch. But overall, the tornado threat has diminished. We still have those potentials. Like for instance, we have a severe thunderstorm warning here. It has a tornado possible tag. Whenever you have that, it means that there is the potential for a last minute tornado to spin up. So be prepared for that. If I'm gonna show you the on the SPC outlook. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the tornado threat. It's a 2% chance. I think I already showed you it, but I'll just show you again. That way, if anybody sees, anybody, that way, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, we have a 2% chance of tornadoes for this area, a portion of Ohio, then central Indiana, and then northwest Kentucky. Hey, we just got a pretty serious situation here. We have a tornado warning for. We have another severe thunderstorm warning, and this one's observed. This is someone observed 60-mile-an-hour winds right north of, right ahead of Evansville. We have a tornado warning that's about to hit Owensboro. Be prepared for that. That's in Kentucky. Then a severe thunderstorm warning. I think this one has a tornado possible tag. Yes, it does. So we do have the potential for a last-minute spin-up tornado in this severe thunderstorm warning. And we still have this one here. I don't know if it's going to continue, but we'll keep an eye on that. We just got a new radar update, and we still have this tornado warning here. I would still be prepared for that. Let's see here. We have this here. It expires in 3 minutes, so I wouldn't be prepared. I wouldn't worry too much about that. We're still going to have some severe weather in this area, but just nothing terribly concerning. Let me keep looking. If I go on the models, I'm just going to give you a quick idea of what tonight could be looking like for the severe weather potential. So here it is. Let me look at that. Here it is, and we have this. This is the HRRR model. It's showing the line come in around 8 o'clock tonight, right close to our area, Princeton. That's going to be one of the areas that's going to be impacted about this. On this, and then over here in the Owensboro area, it's right now right about here. It's gonna in an hour be right over here, and that's when things still look concerning. I think that still has a tornado potential there, and that's why we have the mesoscale discussion issued. That means that over here does have the potential for some tornadoes, so don't go to bed yet for people in that area. If I show you I'm going to go ahead and show you the sub-hourly HRRR. That means we can see maybe like once every 15 minutes here for the HRRR, so it'll give us a lot more details on that. Let me show you this. Here it's still loading. And you can see we have this line. It starts to weaken as it gets into our area, but I still would be concerned for some severe weather for our area. And even Louisville, that's going to be another area that's going to be impacted by this severe weather threat. It's not too concerning, but it's still something worth watching. Over here in Cincinnati, the HRRR is showing the line coming to your area, so I would watch out for that. And again, if you want to comment and ask questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. So Cincinnati, you're going to have some severe weather tonight. And then Columbus, I don't know how concerned I am for you, because by the time it gets to you, it they triple R again. But by the time it gets to you, I think that the biggest concern here would definitely be the just flooding, and the biggest concern here would be if something unexpected happens. But I'm not too concerned over here. A lot of these areas, it's not we're not expected to see that much severe weather, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple storm reports with damaging winds. So I would keep an eye on the weather if I were in Cincinnati or Columbus, so be prepared, but it's overall not too concerning. I'm gonna look at some other stuff. By that time, this would be around, let's see, this would be around maybe 10 p.m. So it's gonna be pretty late at night when this is coming through. Bowling Green, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some severe weather tonight. So be prepared if you're in Bowling Green. I'm gonna show you, if you're just now tuning in, I'm gonna show you the outlooks for tonight. Actually, it's for tonight. So we have slight risk over here. This is driven by damaging winds, but we do have a small tornado threat for us. Over here, we do have the potential for damaging winds tonight. So we're gonna keep an eye on that, and I'm gonna be covering you live through that to make sure that people are aware of the weather situation that's going on. Winds right now in Christian County are about around 15 miles an hour. So we have a wind advisory for anybody. All these light brown areas are in a wind advisory, and so be prepared for that. We could see wind gusts as high as 40 miles an hour. So be prepared for that. It's nothing that's going to cause like roof shingles to come off or anything. It's just going to blow around loose objects. But the severe weather potential, that's a different story. Let's real quick see how our radar update is. So let's zoom in here. You can see we're seeing this area here. This looks pretty bad. It's in the purple. It has purple, so that we need to keep an eye on that. Over here, we're seeing something heading towards Owensboro. This severe thunderstorm warning. It does have a tornado possible tag, so we need to keep an eye on that and make sure that everybody in Owensboro is aware. So Owensboro, you're about to experience some severe weather, possibly if they continue the severe thunderstorm warning. Henderson's right now experiencing it. I'm gonna show you the storm track because that's something that can give us an idea of where the storms are headed. So now we can see a storm track. So this storm over here is actually heading towards Tell City, but I think over here, down here, that storm definitely could impact Owensboro. And then over here, we have this storm over here. It's gonna impact this city here. This one is just going over through that area. And then we have some storms over here, but those aren't that concerning. Honestly, our area isn't too concerning, but I'm going to still keep an eye on the weather because we could always have a last minute severe thunderstorm warning for our area, and that's when we need to be weather aware. it looks like we just got another severe thunderstorm warning over here. This is actually Columbus, Indiana. This is not Columbus, Ohio. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. This does have a tornado possible tag. 60-mile-an-hour winds are possible, but it's not observed. It's radar indicated. Still, anybody in this risk needs to keep an eye on the weather and be weather aware, because we could always have a last-minute spin-up tornado over here, so we'll watch for that. Let's try to change it to this radar. Yeah, this radar is much better than that one. Yeah, anybody in Columbus is just about to get impacted by the storm. This actually looks like a little area of rotation. I might not be saying that right, but it does look like we might have an area of rotation. I'm going to look at the other radar. Let me get that one for you. The Velicity, I'm going to split it. Let's go back down here. Split view. And so now we have the Velicity, and so we can see a better idea of where there's rotation. Yeah, so right here, right over here, or in the little area over here, we do have an area of rotation, but it doesn't look that concerning right now. Over here, that I don't know, it doesn't look too concerning either. So we do have some areas of rotation we need to be watching out for. Overall, the tornado threat is limited, but we still need to be keeping an eye on the tornado threat. Okay, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for this area over here. Let's see, it's in western Kentucky. Benton, Mayfield, Murray, those places are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, Murray's kind of on the edge, but this is actually a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. If you heard it, it's a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So anybody in this area needs to be hyper weather aware, because a considerable severe thunderstorm warning means that we have a greater potential for severe weather. It's actually driven by damaging winds, so we can see gusts up to 70 miles an hour. We're going to keep an eye on that, and I'll tell you if we have any storm reports. Let me check that out right now. We don't have any storm reports that recent, but earlier we did have some severe tornadoes up in this area, this general area here. So we did have some tornadoes earlier. And over here, let's see if Owensboro, they haven't got a severe thunderstorm warning yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. And then over here, we do have still observed 60-mile-an-hour winds, so that means over here we do have some observed 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts there. Let's just keep monitoring this radar and see what ends up happening of this. So we still have the severe thunderstorm warning over here. Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for western Kentucky. I'm concerned for some damaging winds, and it's considerable, so the potential is a little bit higher for damaging winds here. I'm right now looking at a storm report that was just issued in Illinois, or it was a delayed storm report. I think this was for Illinois. It was, let's see what it says. It was a couple of trees down over in this general area, over a couple of trees down over in this general area. So this storm has caused damage, so that means we're going to still keep an eye on that. Let's look at this severe thunderstorm warning. It does have a tornado possible tag. Let me click on that radar for you. Okay, we have an area of rotation here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look at the Helicity again. Let's just make sure before we just say something. It doesn't look too concerning, actually, as I look at the Helicity. Hey, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning issued, and this includes Winchester. Indiana. Let's take a look at that. This is another radar-indicated severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible, and actually we do have a tornado possible tag on that as well. So we still have the tornado potential over here. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Let's go back and make the map not split. Okay. We still have this one here, the considerable severe thunderstorm warning. And that's radar indicated. It's not observed. And Benton, you're in the area. Cadiz, if this extends, you're up for some severe weather. Oh, I think it just got a new update. Let's make sure. Okay, it did decrease to a 6, not considerable anymore. It is now just a regular severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. Hey, we just got a new update on this one for Paducah. Let's see what happened. I think it's pretty much done. I don't know why it showed that, but yeah, this area, this severe thunderstorm warning is pretty much done because it expires in 2 minutes. Anything that far away pretty much means that it's over. But still, Cadiz, I would keep an eye on you for your area. Let's see. Let's go back up here. Okay, Louisville, you're about to get some severe weather possible. And then over here in Cincinnati, it kind of fizzles out, but I still don't get why there's all these severe thunderstorm warnings. So at least the National Weather Service knows what they're talking about. And if this continues, Cincinnati, you're going to get hit by some of these severe thunderstorm warnings. So we need to keep an eye on you. And let's see, Columbus. Let's click on their radar. Let's go on this one, actually. Okay, that one's not that great. Okay, Columbus doesn't have anything anytime soon, but we're going to watch Cincinnati for now. Columbus, we're going to keep an eye on, too, because I wouldn't be surprised to see some severe weather there tonight, too. Okay, if you're just now tuning in, I'm going to go over this. We had a mesoskill discussion. It expires in 3 hours, so we could see anywhere in this red circle. We could see wind gusts of 55 to 70 miles an hour, and then we could see a spin-up tornado of 85 to 115 miles an hour. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Anybody in this circle definitely should keep an eye on the weather. Let's show you the outlook. You can see we still have this slight risk over here. Then we have the marginal risk here. By the way, if anybody's wondering or heard about it, we had flooding in Los Angeles in California, and it was really bad. We had mudslides caused from it. We had several rain reports or flooding reports. We had flash flooding. It was not good. it was really bad. They issued a high risk for that area, the WPC Outlook. So that area got really bad flooding. Maybe I'll show you the what we could be seeing in the next couple of days while everything's quiet, but I'll keep looking at this, that way I don't miss anything. The radar, I'm gonna click on our radar actually. Here, let's go to the Paducah radar. Yeah, the Paducah radar seems like the right one for now. It's if you're just now tuning in, the severe thunderstorm warning that was a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Now it's just a regular severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning for Columbus. That area does have a tornado possible tag, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Cincinnati, you're definitely going to need to keep an eye on this weather, because these storms, if they shape up the way they are, they could still be tornadic by the time they reach your area. And I'm going to show you the flood risk, if it's still there. Let's see if it's still there, the flood risk. I think there was a flood risk for today. Yeah, we do actually have a flood risk for tonight over here at the northern part over here, northern Ohio, Cleveland. All these areas are going to be dealing with some minor flooding, nothing that concerning. I think if we go to the day 2 outlook for tomorrow, I don't think that we're going to be seeing any flooding risks there. So I think overall the flooding risk is not there. And let's go to categorical, this SPC out. That's not working. Let's just go to radar. Here it's, let's see here. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning over here in near Murray, so we'll keep an eye on that. While we're waiting for this, I'll go ahead and tell you what we could be dealing with in the next couple of days. This one's still tornado possible over here. Let's just zoom in on that real quick. Yep, we have this area. It might hit Greenville, Winchester. Those areas are gonna be dealing with some severe weather possible. So be prepared. Probably the next 26 minutes. This is when it expires. The next 26 minutes. So be prepared, and that's when Greenville will start in 26 minutes dealing with this line of thunderstorms. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about what we could be seeing in the next few days. I will show you if there's any new severe thunderstorm warnings, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But I'm gonna show you what we could be seeing in the next few days. Literally tonight, this is what the severe weather threat is caused by. Tonight, we have a cold front that's coming through. Let me show you that. I'm gonna show you that on. I guess I'll show you that on the sub hourly, and we'll see how far we can get with that. Actually, the sub hourly does not give us the temperature, so we're gonna go on. Let's do this, just the HRRR. Let's see if they have. Yeah, they have it. Yeah, let's go to 1,000 millibar temperatures. Let's play it. We're waiting for it to load. you can just see how big of a cold front this is. This is actually tonight. You can just see all this Arctic air pushing in, and it won't last too long, but we definitely will be seeing colder temperatures than we were used to seeing. You can see that it pushes in, and it causes people to get down to 20 degrees, or I don't know if it was 20 degrees tonight or if that was for tomorrow. Yeah, that was for tonight, alright. Yeah, that was for tonight. We could be getting 20 degrees, down to 20 degrees tonight. So we're going to see this pretty big, impactful cold front, and that'll last a couple days. We'll still see the cold air hang around. Yeah, it'll probably hang around. So, not the only severe weather threat really that looks like it would be tonight. Here, I'm gonna zoom in. Would be tonight. Let me go back to radar just to see what we're seeing here. Okay, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. That is radar indicated. That's still the same one. Columbus, Indiana, still has that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. Oh, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's zoom in on that. Let me get like maybe one of these radars near Louisville. Okay, that's a good radar. Let's see what it is. It has a tornado possible tag on it. It is driven by 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. It's radar indicated. It is not observed. Let's look at the velocity on that. Let's split the view. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, here it is. Let's see what it was showing. And yes, we aren't seeing that much rotation, but I'm going to still keep an eye on that. You can see this little bit here, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's moving here. It's about to hit these areas here. Maybe, let's see. Hendersonburg, or I might not be saying it right, but those areas are going to need to be prepared for some severe weather there. Let's now get out of that. We still have that one for Benton. These storms are approaching our area, so we're gonna stay tuned. Stay tuned to hear more severe weather. If you're ahead of this, I would definitely recommend you to stay tuned to hear this severe weather coverage. Let's see. Let me play the radar for you. That way you can just get an idea of what we've been seeing. So you can see if we play it. Let me zoom in. Oh, that's out. Oh, wait. Did we just... No, that's... I thought we just got a tornado warning, but that's not true. So you can just see how this line of storms is moving. I don't think we'll have a tornado watch, so I don't think we'll have a tornado watch, but we still need to be prepared for a small tornado threat. I'm gonna stop playing. I'm just gonna show you what the supercell composite could be like. Let's go on the H triple. Let's go to the surface-based cape. So, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here in Evans, or right north of Owens. Bro, let's click on that. Okay, it is... Oh, that's just the update. It's just updated. Nothing really that concerning anymore. It's about to expire. So, I think everybody in this area is out of the woods, or almost out of the woods. But Tall City, we're going to keep an eye on you because you might be experiencing some severe weather in a little bit. But I'm going to continue with the surface-based cape. Basically, that's energy for the storms to form. Right now, or a little bit ago, we were seeing some areas over here seeing some not that high surface-based cape, but like really we're not seeing that high surface space cape, and that's part of what's limiting these storms, but it still is just enough to cause these storms to continue and not die down. But I think they will start to die down. I'm gonna play that just to give you an idea of what we could be seeing. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all the alerts just for a little bit. Okay, we got rid of all the alerts. That way we can see a clear view of this. The surface space cape, is it? It's not really wanting. Oh yeah, here it is. So it pretty much is just right now, and then it literally dies down in the next hour. So maybe the sub hourly will give us a better look at this. Okay, we're gonna go back to the sub hourly. That's probably gonna give us a much better view of this. Oh, the sub hourly does not have surface space cape, but anyway, the surface space cape is it's pretty low, so I'm not that concerned for anybody, or I'm not too concerned, but I still do think some people are going to see the severe weather potential. Some people are going to have this be affected by this tonight. We'll show you this again real quick. The cold front comes in, it brings really cold temperatures. And that's what's causing our severe weather. So people are going to be experiencing more cold temperatures for the next few days. Let's just go back to outlooks. Let's see if there's any updates on that. Or it looks like weather-wise doesn't let me see the. Oh, there's no data. Let's see what's going on. Let me see. Yeah, right now weather-wise is having a sort of a glitch because there's not much data. It's saying no data for this unless it's really just general thunder. I'll check that. I'll check that. Let me go back to the radar. Okay, we just had another storm report in for this area. It's actually pretty sad. We had a over here in between Paducah, or right in this area, we had a portion of a house roof removed over here. So definitely, when we had that considerable severe thunderstorm warning, we did have some pretty strong winds for portion of a house to be removed. That's pretty bad. And it would have had to be some pretty strong winds. Okay, I'm just going to give you an overview of how these storms have been going, you can see that they're starting to weaken, but there's still that severe weather potential. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. And we still have the severe thunderstorm warning over here. It expires in 15 minutes, so we'll see if we see another one issued over here for our area, but we'll just see what happens. It's still just a radar indicated, and it's driven by damaging winds. We still have the severe thunderstorm warnings over here. This one right north of Louisville, we have a tornado possible tag on, so we'll keep an eye on that. Here, let's see if this one's up. What is updated on this one? It doesn't look like much is updated except for it expires in 14 minutes. This one over here still has a tornado possible tag, and it's heading towards Cincinnati. So we're gonna see if Cincinnati ends up seeing some severe weather. So Cincinnati, I would definitely keep an eye on this. Okay, I confirmed it. This actually was a glitch. Oh, I was on the day 2 outlook. That was it. It isn't a glitch. Here it is, and we still have a margin risk for our area, and that's driven by damaging winds. The tornado threat is over here, so we're going to keep an eye on that. This still has a tornado possible tag, so if you have you might have the potential for some tornadoes here. Okay, we're going to still keep an eye on this. Columbus, you're still in a marginal risk, so I would keep an eye on the weather for you. Let me show you the radar for here. We still have this severe weather potential, and we're still seeing some severe weather possible, so I would keep an eye on that. And it expires in 11 minutes, so if we do see another severe thunderstorm warning issued, it should be pretty soon. We can always see another severe thunderstorm issued because these storms might start to strengthen again. You really don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I could easily see this severe thunderstorm warning continuing. And we do have 60-mile-an-hour winds possible over here, but it expires in 11 minutes because this storm is still looks pretty bad. Let's see that it's still just 60-mile-an-hours. We still have these severe thunderstorm warnings over here, and they have tornado possible tags. If you're just now tuning in, those areas I'm concerned for too. Cincinnati, you still have the potential for severe weather, so don't go to bed yet, or at least have a way to receive warnings if they're issued. If you're just now tuning in, we're just waiting for a weather update, and I'll tell you as soon as it comes. And again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask on the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. If you're just now tuning in, I'm still looking at the potential for severe weather, and this is our risk for today. Anybody in the yellow risk needs to be hyper weather aware. Anybody in the green risk still needs to be aware for weather. It's just not as concerning. Over here in Cincinnati, I think you're under the gun for some severe weather tonight because these storms haven't weakened yet, and we're still seeing a tornado possible tag on that. Over here in this margin risk, we're going to be dealing with some generally maybe here and there we'll see some storm reports here, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that too. I'm going to look for something to show you and see if there's an update. Just hang on for a second. I'm going to go ahead and show you the storm reports. Let's just look at that. We have this storm report. That was the one I showed you about. That was the one I told you about. We had a house that had a portion of its roof fallen off. We have this one over here. We had a delayed report earlier. Moved approximately. Campers were moved. Campers were moved approximately 25 to 50 feet across a dealership parking lot. An older building lost a portion of its roof in the same facility. And then over here we have a couple trees down. And then over here we did have some tornado reports earlier today. A significant structural damage to a home by a tornado. So we had some tornado over here, and then we had another one over here. We don't really. It was mainly just a funnel cloud there. So then we had some damaging wind reports over here today. So we're dealing with some severe weather. I'm going to go back to the radar to see if there's any more updates. So we're still looking at these storms. We have this severe thunderstorm warning. It's about to expire, so we'll see if we see another one issued. It expires in 5 minutes, so it's pretty much over anybody in the severe thunderstorm warning. But people ahead of it in Katie's, we're going to be keeping an eye on you because we definitely do have that potential for severe weather in Katie's. dew point in Christian County is right now around 60, so we'll keep an eye on that because 60 is enough for severe weather, so that is enough. Please be prepared for that because if the dew points are high enough, it definitely plays a big part in severe weather. I'll be right back and I'll see you in a little bit. I'm just gonna go get some water. Okay, Columbus, Ohio. I got a question about Columbus, Ohio. Let's take a look at your area, and I'm gonna tell you what it's looking like for your area. I'm gonna turn off that. Let's see. Okay, Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna do some research. Let's see the radar over here. Um, so the storms are starting to move over here, Columbus, Ohio. Right now, it looks like the storms are kind of weakening. They're kind of weakening, and you still have to look out for some severe weather, but it's kind of limited. I'm gonna show you the outlook to show you where your area is. You're in the marginal risk, and I think that's pretty much just driven by a damaging wind threat. Because if I show you the tornado threat, yeah, you're pretty much not in the tornado threat. So we'll keep an eye on your area, and before we go, I'll tell you what your area is looking like. Cause you definitely do have to keep an eye on the weather. We do have this line of storms starting. It's about to hit Christian County, Kentucky. This storm looks pretty mean right here. So we'll keep an eye on that because look at that. It's right near Dawson Springs. It's right now over Dawson Springs. I'm gonna keep on that because that looks pretty concerning right now. I don't know if it's gonna cause any severe weather, but we're gonna keep an eye on that. So we're gonna keep eye on that, and then Princeton. You are almost past, but some areas of Princeton are still experiencing this storm. Katy still hasn't got hit. We'll keep an eye on your area. You can see on this HRRR model, it's showing like right as it gets to Columbus, everything starts to fizzle out. So if it can just hold on and strengthen for just a little bit longer, we definitely want to keep an eye on your area. But other than that, I'm not too concerned. But still, sometimes you can have a last minute severe weather uh, warning issued for your area. Richland County. I just want to know what state are you from, because then I could search a little better and give me a bigger state nearby, and I can try to help you with that, or just tell me the state. Mansfield. Let's take a look at your area. You are in a you are in a marginal risk for tonight. That's gonna be pretty late tonight, maybe like at 12 p.m., even later possibly. So we're gonna keep an eye on the weather for that, cause right now up here doesn't look as concerning as down down here, but we still need to keep an eye on the weather for that area, because it just, like, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and that's still has a tornado possible tag, and that's actually heading towards Columbus. Let me see how this line is holding up. Like, let's see how this line is holding up to see if it's, yeah, right now it looks pretty scattered. Like, everything looks pretty scattered over here, but the potential for severe weather is still there. I just don't think we're going to see really strong damaging winds, or the potential isn't as high. Like, I don't think we're going to have anything like 70-mile-an-hour winds, but we could see some times of wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. Let's zoom in on that. That's actually heading towards Columbus. So Columbus, I would keep an eye on your weather. We have a tornado possible tag on it. Nothing. Let's see. It's not observed. Let's change the radar to that one. That one's probably the best one. It's still scattered out, but even though it's scattered out, I still think there is the potential for some severe weather. And that's actually, I'll show you, that's actually in the marginal risk. So we're still seeing areas with the tornado possible tag, even though it's just in a marginal risk. And it just has it's not even in the tornado threat. So just because you're not in the tornado threat, I still am concerned for a small tornado potential in your area. Okay, we just got a special weather statement for our area. A special weather statement. Let's look at that. Like, we can see wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. So anybody in this special weather statement does need to be aware for some damaging winds. And so we can see wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. It's not enough to do too much damage, but it's still a concern. So we could get upgraded somewhere in here with a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't even know how high it'll get, but we still need to watch out for those wind gusts. And I will tell you how strong the winds get for our area. I'm going to do a quick check for storm reports. I'll just do that over here just to make sure there wasn't any new storm reports for anywhere. Okay, we have some more storm reports to talk about. In Paducah, we had a tree blown down. A tree was blown down in Paducah. Evansville also had a storm report. Let me read that one real quick. a trained weather spotter reported 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. They estimated 60 to 50 mile an hour winds over here in Evansville. So people over there were actually experiencing some damaging winds in Evansville. I'll be right back, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Lexington. Let's see your area. You're right when the storms are dying down, but I'll show you the future HRRR model for that. Let's look at that. Let's go back to the HRRR model. This is the Sub-Zero one, so we can see really close, a really good idea of what's going on. Let's see that. So, so where's Lexington? Let me look for Lexington. Okay, over here, yeah. The line still looks pretty organized by the time it goes through Lexington, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some severe weather there. So we're going to keep an eye on this. This is the latest HRRR model. It actually looks like things are a little bit more organized, so people up here are still going to be dealing with the potential for some severe weather, and I think even Columbus and Cincinnati, those areas will have the potential. So we're going to be keeping an eye on all these areas, because I think a lot of these areas in central Kentucky still have the potential for severe weather. Okay, so this is now, let me go back to the current radar. Here, let's look at this. This is the current radar. We still have this one issued, and it does, let me zoom in. Yep, it still has a tornado possible tag for that. And even over here, that still has a tornado possible tag. Over here, that has a tornado possible tag. All these, oh, I think we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning that I didn't see yet. It's right below Louisville, and that does have a tornado possible tag too. We can see wind gusts up to 60 mile an hour, winds. So wind gusts are going to be a threat there. Our area still has that special weather statement. We're going to be keeping an eye on that. I'll tell you how strong the wind gusts get once it passes through our area. So let's keep a look at that. Let me click on our radar. So you can see these storms are still pretty lined up, even though they do look like they weakened quite a bit. Over here in Cadiz, they're experiencing it right now as we speak, and they might actually be a little past it already. So we definitely do have the potential there for some severe weather, but right now it doesn't look too concerning. Our area, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. If you have any other questions about areas, I'll be happy to answer them. This area still does have some severe weather potential again. So Columbus, you're going to have to watch out for this, and especially since it has a tornado possible tag. It's not near you yet. Maybe another hour before it gets to you, but we're going to keep an eye on that. If you're wondering what's going to happen over the next like in the next month or the snow prediction, just hang on, stay on, because I'm going to tell you that maybe at the end or maybe in a quiet period when there's not a lot to talk about. So just stay on, because I will, talk about what will have happen in the future. We do have a urgent weather update. Louisville, right north of Louisville, we have a tornado warning. A tornado warning expires in 28 minutes. So anybody in this area, right below Louisville, let's see. I'm gonna get that radar right now because this is a tornado warning. Anybody in this area needs to be taking it seriously. It's right below Louisville, right south of Louisville, and I'm gonna pull up here's the area, what looks like the area of rotation right here. Right here is the area that looks like the rotation is best. Let me look at the velocity on that. So let's look at the velocity. So you can see we do have maybe some rotation there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Right there is the rotation there. If you're just now tuning in, there is a tornado warning right near Louisville, and it does look like it has the potential to produce a tornado, so we're going to keep an eye on that, just because whenever you have a tornado warning, you need to take it seriously. So if there's any updates on that, I will let you know. And if you have any questions on that, please ask me. We still have the potential for some gusting winds in our area. We have a special weather statement issued, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some pretty high wind gusts there. If you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado warning in Louisville, so even Lexington, places down there in Lexington, if this storm holds on in strength, it stays the way it is, you might be dealing with tornado potential, so hang on. Over here, this has a tornado possible tag still, so this is still concerning over here, this severe thunderstorm warning. And then we have Columbus. Columbus, you're still under a severe weather threat. Cleveland, you have a severe weather threat. Even you have a small flood threat too. there. Dew points for our area in Christian County are at 61 degrees. That's still enough to have some severe weather. Okay, we just got another severe thunderstorm warning over here in Louisville. Let's take a look at that. That has a tornado possible tag as well. Now, note that this one started out as a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, and then it upgraded to a tornado warning. So this is still a concern. We have the potential for some tornadoes, so be ready to take shelter if you need. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here. That does not have a tornado possible tag on it. It just has 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. Over here, we still have that one to watch out for. So again, all these areas right now look like they have the potential for some severe weather, and right here in this area, all of a sudden we just some condition all of a sudden got favorable because we all of a sudden have 4 warnings in this just small area around Louisville. So I wouldn't be surprised if places over here, even in Lexington, end up getting this severe weather threat. Oh, we just got a uh update on the tornado warning. It expires in 23 minutes. Doesn't look. It actually was just I don't get what the update was. It was probably about the large hail. Yeah, the hail update probably. So it's still a concern, and I wouldn't be surprised if the severe weather potential ends up going down over here. So it might end up coming down over here into Lexington, so we need to be prepared for that. Our area, we still have that special weather statement, so be prepared for that, and it expires in 22 minutes, so we're just getting ready to experience some storms. The temperature in our area is still pretty high at 70 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the current temperatures everywhere. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Okay, you can see that this is the cold front. Now note, our area is right now just over here ahead of the cold front. We're seeing temperatures at 70, around 70 degrees, maybe occasional areas of 71 degrees. And let me just real quick see what that update is. It expires in 21 minutes, the severe thunderstorm warning, and the uh, tornado warning expires in 21 minutes also. Okay, but this is the crazy thing. Right behind the cold front, places in Paducah are 52 degrees. Places over here are 53 degrees, 55 in Murray. We were just seeing temperatures up to 70, so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see our temperatures drop really low and in just here in a little bit. So please be prepared for some cold temperatures. And the temperatures are going to get down to possibly 20 degrees. Over here, we're still seeing these cold temperatures. Over here, it's not as drastic of a cold front. The heat is mainly over here, but that's why the severe weather threat isn't as big over here. But still, I'm concerned for some severe weather over there. And dew points are still pretty high. In our area, it's at 61. All ahead of this, it's 61. Even in Louisville, we're seeing dew points of 58. Okay, we just got another urgent weather update. Please stay tuned because this is another urgent weather update. We have a tornado warning, another tornado warning. Radar indicated expires in 19 minutes. I'll click on this radar real quick for you. You can see all this. We have another area of rotation with a concern of some severe weather. We're seeing a pretty decent severe tornado threat here, and that's actually heading right towards. Let's see where that is, but yeah, that's heading right towards this area. I can't exactly find the city I was monitoring earlier, but it's heading right towards this area. So in this area, people need to be keeping an eye on the weather, especially for tornadoes. We still have these tornado warnings. I'll show you the velocity. Let's look at the velocity on that. Okay, this one actually looks okay. I haven't looked at the velocity until just now. We have a pretty concerning area of rotation. I'm going to zoom in on that. Look at this. We have a area of rotation right here. It has the potential for a tornado, so be prepared there. Let's go down here. We have another area of rotation. It doesn't look as strong as this one, so we're going to keep an eye on that, but we still do have an area of rotation right over here, and even over here we have some areas of rotation. So if you're in this tornado warning, West Point, Brandenburg, and Mockport, those areas are under the severe weather threat. We just got a new update. This actually looks like a pretty big area of rotation now that we got the new radar update. This still looks like we have some rotation areas over here and over here. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Elizabeth over here, that's another place we need to be keeping an eye on. Louisville, that area is honestly right in the middle, but we still have some severe weather concerns for that area. And I'm going to try to figure out what that city was that I was just talking about. Okay, well, I'm going to take off the split view. Okay, but I was talking about the dew points. Now, over here, the dew points are pretty good in this area. As we go farther this way, the dew points aren't as strong, but I think they still do have time to strengthen. So places over here still need to be weather aware. Like over here, and in between Frankfurt and Paris, those areas, that area has a dew point measured of 59, so that's plenty for severe weather. Over here in Cincinnati, you have dew points of you have dew points of 55. I'm gonna switch the radar to this one, and that's part of the reason why I think that it's starting to weaken. So I'm not terribly concerned, but we're gonna still keep an eye on your area. Over here in Columbus, you still have time for the dew points to rise, so we're gonna keep an eye on that area. And even over here, we're still seeing, even though the dew points aren't at 58, 58 is pretty much the threshold. Even though dew points aren't at 58, we're still seeing some severe weather potential. We have another one, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust possible with a tornado possible tag on it. Here, this is near Sydney, so be prepared for that. I'm going to go look at our area, or let's take a look at this. I'm going to click on this one at the tornado warning. Things still do look pretty bad. This storm does not look like a joke, so we're going to definitely keep an eye on that. We have two tornado warnings next beside each other that are literally next beside each other. We're going to keep an eye on that. We have, this is Louisville. Lexington, that's the place we were watching. Lexington, this storm would have to last a long time before it gets to you. So Lexington, we're still keeping an eye on you, but I think the storms will probably weaken by then. So let's go back over here to our radar. The storms are about to move in dew point temps are still plenty high for severe weather. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Our area doesn't look too severe, but we still are going to have some wind gusts that will come in and bring some severe weather for our area. Winds in our area are right now at around 11 miles an hour. So I don't know how strong they're going to get, but I think the gusts are starting to come in for our area. Hopkinsville is just about to get hit by this storm. I'm going to go ahead and show you I don't know how accurate it is, but I'll just go ahead and show you the wind speed. Okay, we're going on miles per hour. Okay, places over here, I don't know how updated this is, but places over here are seeing 21 mile per hour wind gusts. Over here we're seeing areas of 26 miles an hour. Let's look over here. This is just the average, in my opinion. I don't think it's actually the wind gusts, or like if there's a tornado, they wouldn't survive for that. But this is just the overall wind gusts of 20 miles an hour, or not gusts, probably winds. And most of the areas are seeing 20 miles an hour. But up here in Illinois and stuff, we do have areas up to winds up to 40 miles an hour. And if we go farther up, we're seeing some pretty strong winds there. But overall, for our wind advisory, I don't think we're going to see too strong winds, but definitely our special weather statement definitely could bring those winds up to 50 miles an hour. The storms do look like they strengthened some, so we're going to keep an eye on that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a last-minute severe thunderstorm warning issued. I'm going to real quick give you an update on these tornado warnings. Heading, like, Lexington is way far off, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. We have these tornado warnings. This one just updated. It just expires in this one expires in 11 minutes. The tornado warning does the same too. And I'm going to look at the rotation on that, and we're going to see if these tornadoes might extend farther on. So let's go on the Helicity. I'm on that radar. Yeah, I'm on that radar. Let's go on the Helicity values. Oh, we just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued. This is for, this has a tornado possible tag on it, and it has 60 mile an hour wind gusts possible. And this is just another sign that it might be able to hold up and strengthen once it gets to Lexington. So it might be able to hold up and get to Lexington. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep an eye on that, definitely, for sure. Then let's go. I was gonna show you the Velicity. Basically, the Velicity. If you don't know what that means, it means everything. All the green, it's pretty much showing what the rotation is. Some are moving towards the radar and some are moving away from the radar, and you can kind of see how much rotation we're seeing. So let's look over here. We're not seeing a whole bunch of rotation on that one, but I still wouldn't be surprised to see some tornado involved with that. This actually looks like it has some rotation involved with it. I think overall it's just going to be a spin-up tornado, but still, those are dangerous. This does look like it has some rotation involved with it, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Let's go over here. We don't have much rotation over here, but still, if you're on the tornado warning, the National Weather Service knows what they're talking about, so you need to keep an eye on it. West Point is going to be dealing with that. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see the tornado warning get extended over to here. So we're going to keep an eye on this. So Shiverly, those areas, that area is going to end up seeing some possible a possible tornado warning. If we scroll in, let's look Hillview. Let's see what that is. Salt River, Shepherdsville. I might be saying it jacked up, but I think you'll be able to understand it. Let's go off and let's go back there. Let's see if there's any updates for our area. No, not really. I'm gonna show you our radar. So there are some storms that we need to be watching out for, but overall it's nothing terribly dangerous. But just stay tuned just to see if it gets through our area. All right, and I'll tell you how strong our winds get. Let's Clarksville. If you're in Clarksville, I don't know how dangerous or I don't know how bad you're gonna get. I don't think it's gonna be terribly bad. I think really the Kentucky Tennessee line is really where it starts to not get as dangerous. Bowling Green, hey, it might get strong enough to last till your area. Lexington, we're gonna keep an eye on your area. Did we just see? Is this a new thing or did I? Is this Yeah, we have a tornado possible. I don't know if this was new, but we do have a tornado possible tag on this 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Radar indicates severe thunderstorm warning, so we could have some severe weather involved with that. It's actually in Clarksville, Kentucky. Don't get mixed up with Clarksville, Tennessee. It's in Clarksville, Kentucky. Over here, Charlestown. That area does need to be aware for some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and we could see a last-minute spin-up tornado with that. This area, I think, is really favorable for severe weather because it's all of a sudden we're seeing all these storms just in this little pocket. So we definitely do need to keep an eye on that. I'm going to go ahead and check for reports. I'll check for reports here. We are starting to get a lot of delayed storm reports out over here in Illinois, over or in Indiana actually. We're starting to get some storm reports here with some it shows like some 60-mile-an-hour winds. So we do definitely are still seeing this storm produce severe weather. So we are seeing some storm reports with this involved with this. So we need to keep an eye on it. Let's watch it pass through our area. It's getting pretty close. We're going to start experiencing rain here in Pembroke in a little bit. Hopkinsville's already in it. Elkton, you're up next. Then Russellville. Let's go up a little bit. Greenville is already kind of in it. And then Morgantown. That's another place that's going to be experiencing this severe weather. I think the biggest severe weather threat, honestly, is right over here in this area. I wouldn't be surprised to see more severe weather. We are actually having some severe weather over here in Columbus. You need to be watching out for that. Let's look at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you're about to get some damaging, you're about to see some rain. We'll see if it produces some damaging winds or not. We're still seeing this storm. We're still seeing these. Here, I'm gonna click on that radar right there. We're still seeing these severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tags. Sandy, and let's zoom in a little to see the towns. Troy, Sandy, and Piqua. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Piqua, whatever. Sandy, those places are experiencing it. Some severe weather possible. By the way, if you're just now tuning in, we have these tornado warnings over here. I'm gonna keep an eye on those. Those look like it's mostly passed for in these tornado warnings, but I'll still be aware for some severe weather in that area. Next places we're watching out for is like Shepherdsville, Mount Washington, Jeffersonstown, Shiverly, Louisville, London. Those areas are definitely going to be experiencing some severe weather here in a little bit. And it does have a tornado possible tag. This severe thunderstorm warning does have a tornado possible tag on it. And by the way, at the end of my live stream, I am going to be talking about the weather over the next few days. Okay, we just got a... I'm going to talk about the weather in the next few days, what we could be seeing, and then I might go pretty far out. So once this severe weather threat passes, then I'm going to start talking about that. Okay, over here we do have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on that. This is a really favorable area for severe weather. We have Radcliffe, and then we have Elizabethtown, Birdstown. All these areas still have the potential for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with the potential for an isolated spin-up tornado. So let's be prepared for that. So this little area seems to be really favorable for severe weather. So Lexington, you might still be in that severe weather area, unfortunately. Hey Eric, I know you were one of my first subscribers, so nice to know you're on. I'm sorry to hear that David Powell is offline. If you could get away, if he can get back on, if he can't, then maybe you could direct them towards me, but I don't know. We're just starting to have rain come in our area. Tornado possible. We're still seeing that tornado possible tag on this one. It's about to go through Dayton. We're literally just about to get hit by this round of we're about to get hit by this round of thunderstorms, so we'll keep an eye on that. We're gonna see some possible wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Right now we're having winds of 13 miles an hour in our area. So, Louisville, you still have somewhat of a severe weather potential. Let's look at that here. Okay, it looks like, I don't know, I want to make sure before I say it, but it looks like that, good. Thankfully, we have the severe thunderstorm warning over here that got canceled. Let's look at that. Yeah, we still have this one with the tornado possible tag, and this one with the tornado possible tag, but it looks like this one just got canceled. It's usually unusual for something like this to get canceled, but it got canceled. Still, this line of thunderstorms does look concerning, so we're going to keep an eye on that. We have this severe thunderstorm warning. I don't even know why it's still there unless I'm looking at the wrong radar. Yeah, I don't know why it's still there, but we do have this one here, so we're going to keep an eye on that. It has a tornado possible tag on it, so be prepared for that. Over here, we have Another severe thunderstorm warning. It's the same one we've been watching for a while. Tornado possible tag on that with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. Columbus, I don't know if the storms will be able to last that long before they get to you, but we're gonna keep an eye on that. But fortunately, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad for our area. Okay, we're seeing winds. It's not wind gusts. We're seeing winds of around 13 miles an hour for our area in Pembroke, Kentucky. Oak Grove is about to get hit. We're pretty much all starting to get hit. We're about to get up with really heavy rain, and we'll see how strong the winds get for our area. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see if there's any more updates over here. If you're just now tuning in, I'm going to be talking about the long range weather after this. I'll just give you a quick overview of that, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be when the weather starts to get quiet, but right now we have quite a bit of severe thunderstorm warnings. The tornado warnings for around Louisville, they got canceled and they expired, but we're gonna still keep an eye on that area because the area was favorable for severe weather. So I wouldn't be surprised if it stays that way. But the dew points will start to lower as we get over here, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. Let's look over here. Greenville, you still have a severe thunderstorm warning. Denton, Dayton, or however I say that. That one expires in 3 minutes, but I wouldn't be surprised to see one continue for your area. It doesn't look too bad right now, thankfully. Columbus, we're gonna see if you actually end up getting hit by anything bad. I'm accidentally muted my mic. Sorry about it, but just now, if you're tuning in, the winds are at 16 miles an hour right now. I think they're probably higher. It's just that my weather station isn't showing it, but we're still seeing 16 mile an hour winds in our area possible. Again, if you're just now tuning in at the end, I will be talking about the long range weather and what we could be dealing with. Over here we have a tornado possible tag over here right below Louisville. Then over here we have another tornado possible tag with 60 mile an hour wind gusts possible. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings over here in Louisville. I'm going to talk about the long range weather for that afterwards. We're still seeing pretty strong winds in our area as they come through it only got up to 16-mile-an-hour winds, but I think we did probably see the wind threat get pretty high. I do think we got winds pretty high. Probably because my weather station only updates once every 18 seconds. So in between that 18 seconds, we probably had some pretty high wind gusts, maybe up to 50 miles an hour. I really don't know. My weather station says we had a peak of 17-mile-an-hour winds, but I think it probably got higher than that. Dew point literally just dropped in just that short period. The dew point just literally dropped in our area to 53 degrees. If you heard me just maybe 15 minutes ago, I was saying how the dew points were at around I was saying the dew points were at around 70, or no, I was saying they're around 60, and they went down that much already. Hold on one second, I'll be right with you. Yeah, and the temperature has dropped significantly outside. This is a major cold front because now the temperature is down to 56 degrees. Just a second ago, it was at 70 degrees. So the temperature dropped that fast in just 15 minutes. Okay, we still have these severe thunderstorm warnings over here. They're heading maybe Lexington. Maybe you'll be able to see some severe weather, but that's probably not going to happen, fortunately. Over here, we do have the potential for some damaging winds and a tornado possible. I'm just giving you a quick update on all that for you real quick. And let's go back over here. We have another tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. We could be seeing 60-mile-an-hour winds with that too. Let's scroll out. Okay, we have another severe thunderstorm warning here, just in a little isolated area. Sandy, let me real quick pull up the radar for you in that area. Everything's kind of scattered. Let's do the other radar and see. Everything's kind of scattered, but hey, I would still be prepared. I'm gonna turn off the smoothing, because it kind of, for stuff like this, we really want to see the full view of it. And you can see how it's still showing some areas of concern for severe weather. It does have a tornado possible tag, so keep an eye on that with 60-mile-an-hour winds, radar indicated. Let's turn back on the smoothing thing. It just makes it look pretty good. It makes it look good when I have that on. Let's go back down here. We still have those severe thunderstorm warnings. I would keep an eye on that. The wind is still pretty high at around 12 miles an hour in our area, but it kind of slowed down a little bit. Let's scroll out again, just to give you a quick view of what's happening. Everything's kind of slowed down a little bit. This one expires in 5 minutes. It's overall, most of it's over for that area. Most of the severe weather threat honestly has ended, but we're going to still keep an eye on that. And again, I'm going to give you an overview of the weather pattern we're going through at the end of this. We just got a new update. It's probably just a small little update. It just expires in 20 minutes, so that's not much. And by the way, I think I'm going to go ahead and list off some areas that are out of the woods for severe weather. So I'm going to get rid of the outlooks, and we're going to go straight to, we're going to zoom out on this. And I think, so if you can see the lines, the line is right about here. The line is right about here. So everybody over here is pretty much out of the woods, and I know we are still getting storm damage reports for over there. So everybody, like Columbus, Indiana, you're out of the woods. Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, Cincinnati, you're not out of the woods yet. You're just about to get the Where's Cincinnati? Oh yeah, Cincinnati. You're just about to get some storms. I don't think they're gonna be severe, so I don't think it's gonna be too bad over here. Columbus, you're still gonna be another 30 minutes before you see severe weather, or probably just regular thunderstorms. The only two thunderstorms we have right now is this one over here and this one. Both those have a tornado possible tag on it, and they have 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, yeah, I'm going to real quick zoom in on our radar. By the way, the temperature is right now dropping. It's at 55 degrees. The dew point is at 52 degrees. Earlier, the dew point was at 61 degrees, and just a second ago, or just a little bit ago, the dew point was at 61 degrees, and maybe just a little bit ago, the temperature was at 70 degrees, and now it's getting really cold outside. Honestly, it's still pretty good, but it's right now at 55 degrees, and the winds went down. The dew point is low. I'm going to go ahead and show you all the temperatures, or the current temperatures, or recently reported temperatures. Let's go on here. Let's do temperatures. Select all. And now we get to see the temperatures. So places over here in Bowling Green, you're still seeing 72 degrees. Over here, Clarksville is actually still surprisingly seeing 72 degrees. A lot of these places probably weren't updated recently. Like if I click on this one, it was updated. Let me try to see when it was updated. Well, I can't see. Let's see. All right, it was updated 21 minutes ago. Since then, I think the temperatures has dropped a lot. But you can see right behind it where places have been updated recently, we're seeing 49 degrees over there. Places are starting to get really cool temperatures, and so a lot of these areas you might be feeling warm temperatures right now, but eventually those are going to drop. Let's see what that update is. It's about to expire. A lot of the severe weather is about to fizzle out, but still we are going to be watching this cold front as it comes through, because we're going to see a lot of cold Arctic blast pushing. It's going to bring cold temperatures. By later tonight or early this morning, we're going to see temperatures down to 20 or 25 degrees. So it's going to get pretty cold there. Pretty cold. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching the storm push through. Nothing terribly concerning, but the cold weather is coming, unfortunately. I'll tell you, I don't know if we're going to see snow yet, but I'm going to talk about that. Don't worry. By the way, most of these reports we're seeing are most these you see how it says we're showing 594 alerts. Most of those are because we're seeing a lot of we're seeing blizzard warnings up here. We're seeing temperatures right now reported in the negatives, so it's just because this Arctic blast is pushing. And even over here in let's see, even over here in we're seeing temperatures pretty low. We're seeing temperatures over here down to 17 degrees. You can literally see all the warm weather just in this little pocket of warm weather, and the cold weather, and then the sort of warm weather here. So we're just seeing this little area of warm temperatures. Enjoy it while it lasts, even though you won't have much time to enjoy it. So this cold front is pushing through. I don't think it'll cause much snow for our area, if not any. It's mainly going to probably be the Appalachian Mountains and then over here. So it's probably not going to be terribly concerning. Let's scroll back in here. And let's see. Bowling Green, you're about to get hit. These storms honestly look pretty strong over here in Bowling Green, so we'll see if you end up getting a severe thunderstorm warning. Russellville, they seem to be pretty weak over here. I think the biggest severe, I think we might be seeing some severe weather issues over here, or at least some gusty winds. The only severe thunderstorm warning that I see right now is over here with the tornado possible tag. It expires in 14 minutes, so we'll see what happens there. Other than that, the severe weather threat really looks like it fizzled out. We have a wind advisory, but I think overall the winds are pretty weak. And I think over here in Columbus, you're probably just going to be seeing general rain, but we'll look at that. The line is right now fizzling out over here. Let's check what the dew point temp is. Dew point temp. There it is. Let's see what it is. So right now over here it's Columbus, you're still at 55, 54. That is pretty much showing that you're probably not going to see that bad severe weather. Okay, let's go back over here in Cincinnati. You're seeing 55, 56. I don't think you're going to see severe weather, but you're probably going to see some pretty strong wind gusts. Okay, we just got some more severe thunderstorm warnings issued, okay? Right here, we have right below Louisville a special weather statement of 55 mile an hour winds possible, but I don't think it's going to be that concerning. But we still could see some wind gusts that knock around loose objects, so you're going to see gusty winds. It could upgrade to a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't really exactly know what's going to happen. Over here we have another severe thunderstorm warning. It has a tornado possible tag on it with the potential for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. So be prepared for that. We could see some embedded tornadoes with it. And let's look at this. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this actually has some tornado potential with it too. It's just pretty low. And let's go back over here. The tornado potential is still pretty low. Okay, let's go back over here in our area. We're still seeing, or at least my weather station says that our dew point temp is around 52 degrees and 54 for the regular temp. If you didn't hear already, the temp was a lot higher earlier. It was a fast drop of temperature. Let's go back up here. Same thing, tornado possible. I might now be able to talk about the future weather, but for now we're going to watch this, and I'll be getting ready the future weather update for you here in a little bit. We're going to keep an eye on this though. I'm going to go look over here at the models and see what they're saying for the future weather. Let's zoom in on this. Here it is. Let's look. I'm just looking at the future weather. I don't know how much of a snow potential we have. I think everything's probably gonna end up being last minute if we do end up seeing a snow potential. Now, the new year, I don't think we're gonna have much of a snow potential. Everything looks pretty limited overall, but I think there's the possibility for a last minute snow potential for snow. Let's see if we have any storm reports recently. Let's see if we have any storm reports. Yeah, right above Louisville we have one. Let's see what it says. I'm looking on another monitor. Large tree down causing multiple utility posts to bend. Time estimated from radar. That was probably like 30 minutes ago. And then over here, Let's zoom in on that area. I'm just gonna look real quick. Over here, right in the border of Indiana. Let me show you that on this map. Right in the border of yeah, I'm gonna pause that radar for you. Right over here. Let me get rid of the dew point temp real quick. Okay, over here. Over here we had some storm report of, let's see. We had a 70 mile or near 70 mile an hour wind gust over here. So these storms were producing some pretty strong winds over there when there was severe weather. We have several in Indiana, western Indiana. Maybe we had one of a 52 mile an hour gust, and we had a 64 mile an hour wind gust, and another one of 61, and then we had another tree down. We had some wind reports today, or while I was going live. Okay, we just got another. Let's see, we just got another special weather statement for a part of Clarksville. Let's see what that says. We could see winds up to 55 miles per hour. So we can see some gusty winds here. Make sure you secure loose objects because they could blow around, and even we could see some larger stuff blowing around here if we end up seeing 55 mile an hour wind gusts. This could get upgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Okay, we have this one. Not quick update on that. It's still a tornado possible tag on it. We're gonna keep an eye on that. I think that the severe weather threat is overall fizzling out, but we still do have some severe weather alerts over here. Let's look. I'm just looking at the models to see what the latest weather data is showing for snow. I'm not really seeing a lot of snow potential anytime soon. I'm just looking right now. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a big snow potential in early January. But that could change fast. I'll keep, because we're still in winter, so just because we're not seeing anything on the models, it doesn't mean that we can't have it. Like, there's been times when just real quick we had a quick change in the weather pattern, and all of a sudden we were seeing a snow potential that we weren't expecting before. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that, and I'll let you know in a video or something if the snow potential goes up. I'm gonna look severe weather potential. I'm gonna look at that for the future. I know that we probably are gonna here and there keep seeing consistent things like this, and I might go live for those also. We'll see what happens. Like, we're gonna see here and there some severe weather potentials, maybe for our area. We'll see how it ends up. If I look at the dew point, like maybe one time would be on, let's see, maybe, let me look, maybe January 6th, but that is really, like, don't take anything serious there, because it's the models, and you don't want to trust those a lot of times that far out, but still we could have a surge of moisture come in and bring some of that. I'll go ahead and show you all of that here in a little bit. Let's just make sure that there's nothing going on anytime soon. Okay, we have a severe thunderstorm warning right here a little, I would say a little northwest of Columbus, Ohio. It has a tornado possible tag on it, and it is radar indicated with wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour. Let's look at that. On this radar, it doesn't look too concerning, but still, the National Weather Service issued it, so you want to take it seriously. And let's look over here. I think the severe weather potential is fizzling out. Yeah, the severe weather potential is fizzling out. We could still see here and there some severe weather. Cincinnati just got a severe thunderstorm warning, and that does not have a tornado possible tag on it. It is radar indicated. We could see some wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, and it expires in 1 hour. So this is going to be a long time before it gets through this area. It's just now going through Cincinnati, or it's just about to hit Cincinnati, at least. I think that we could see some severe weather with this. We're going to keep an eye on that. We still have this special weather statement over here. It expires in 18 minutes. 50 mile an hour winds we could see up to 55 mile an hour winds. Over here we still have that one with the tornado possible tag on it, right south of Louisville. Then we still have this special weather statement. We're going to keep an eye on that because that has 50 mile an hour wind gusts possible there. Let's look at that. I'm going to click on that radar. So you can see it's just general thunderstorms that could produce some severe wind gusts, or close to severe. Right now, if I'm not really seeing a lot of lightning potential, I'm not really seeing much lightning on the radar. Let me make sure I have that setting turned on. Let's see if I have that setting turned on. Yeah, I have that turned on. So really, it's more of strong wind gusts. We're not seeing much lightning at all with it. We are seeing, if I click on that one, we are seeing some very distinct lightning over here, but it's very distinct. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of lightning potential, or there's not really much lightning with that. If you're just now tuning in, we are covering live severe weather coverage. The severe weather is starting to fizzle out, but Clarksville, or right east of Clarksville and farther down, as we get into the middle of Tennessee, and it might even eventually hit Nashville, those areas are definitely going to see the potential for 50 mile an hour wind gusts. They're close to severe level, so it's close to severe weather threshold, close to severe gust threshold. We still have this one we're keeping an eye on, right in Cincinnati. You have a severe thunderstorm warning. We're going to keep an eye on your area, because things might get pretty bad here, but it's not a tornado warning. I don't think it's too concerning, but you're still in the area where you need to be aware for some damaging winds, but I'm still not too concerned for that because it doesn't have a tornado possible tag on it. This one does have a tornado possible tag on it. This is in, let's see, I'm gonna get the radar on that one. This one, it doesn't look that strong radar, but it does have a tornado possible tag, and the National Weather Service does know what they're talking about, so you want to be aware for that. If you have any questions about your area, please let me know, and I will try to answer them. I'm going to take a quick break on this. I'm going to go to the College of DuPage. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to click on this one. This is the GFS model. I'm just going to show you what we could be seeing in the future. Now, look at that. So for snow, I'm looking at the GFS model. Here we're seeing this snow, big snow here, potential, but it's not, it's just a lot of snow up north, not in our area, we could be seeing blizzard conditions there. We're gonna see below freezing place of time of pretty long period through December 30th of below freezing temperatures or pretty below average. Then we're gonna see maybe this as some more rain, but I don't think it's going to be that severe. Then we go farther. This looks like it could have some what of a severe weather potential, so we're going to keep a close eye on that for severe weather. Then we're going to see a lot of snow over here possible, but a lot of this is very uncertain. I'm not going to even go farther out than this, or I will, but it don't even look at this as much at all. But you can just see that right now the GFS model isn't showing much. And if I even show you the GFS and symbol models, even they aren't really showing much snow for our area. We could see maybe some models showing some snow for our area, but it's too far out to really tell. And I don't think we're going to see much snow. I'll show you the temperatures on the GFS model just to look at the future temperatures. And you can see this is what we were seeing earlier today. We were seeing really warm temperatures, but it comes with a lot of cold weather. We might see here and there highs in the 50s, but it's going to be way worse than it was than we were seeing this, and it's going to be a lot colder than we were seeing. We're going to see a lot of times we're going to see nights below freezing and days above freezing. Still, it's looking, we're going to see pretty mild temperatures. We might see some more heat waves, but not as good as this one. So overall, the temperatures are going to be pretty cold, and maybe here and there we'll see highs in the 60s, but it's probably not going to happen in a while. Let me go back to, I'm actually going to show you, yeah, I'll show you the dew points, the predicted dew points on the models, just to show you what we could be seeing on that. Dew points, surface dew points. Let's go up. Right now we are seeing really high dew points, but by now they're pushing in, and we're going to see a long period of dry weather here. Maybe some severe weather down here, but not for our area. This is on January 3rd, and then here's our next small severe weather potential, but the biggest severe weather threat is probably going to be down here. Over here we might see some severe weather, but it's going to be overall mild. I'm going to now show you the current conditions again, because let's just make sure there's nothing going on. Okay, it looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, or it might have been just an update, but let's click on that. We're seeing this severe thunderstorm warning continue for Cincinnati, expires in 41 minutes, so anybody in this area has to be aware, especially over here, in the next 40 minutes. But over here you're about to experience some wind gusts. I don't know if we're going to see damaging wind reports of this, but we could see definitely some areas of damaging winds. We have this special weather statement right here. Wind gusts up to 55 miles an hour. And then we go back down here. I'm going to scroll back down here. And wind gusts of 55 miles an hour possible here. I don't think we're going to end up seeing a severe thunderstorm warning with this. It's just general gusts, so nothing terribly concerning. I'm going to go back. I'm going to look and see if we have any updates on the storm reports. Let's go back up there and look at those. Louisville is starting to get quite a bit of storm reports, or around Louisville. Large trees down causing multiple. I already read that one to you. Large trees down causing yeah, I think both those are about the same. Above Louisville, we have tree and power lines down in roadway and Ohio Avenue. Time estimated from radar. That's in right above Louisville, and I don't. Yeah, it's in Indiana, but it says Ohio Avenue. And right below it, we see a SOS station, a Louisville airport. Okay, we saw 54-mile-an-hour wind gust there. So we did see some severe weather down here in western Tennessee. North or central and northern western Tennessee, roof damage in uh, 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 with a frontal passage with. So we did see some in western Tennessee. We did see some storm reports there. I'll you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and show you that on the. I'm gonna go ahead and show you those on the storm reports. That way you can see them yourself. Um, I'm going to show you those. We have these right here. Roof damage in Gleason. Winds associated with frontal passage. Then we have some over here. We had multiple trees down. Winds associated with frontal passage. Then we have another one. Multiple trees down. Winds associated with frontal passage. Multiple power lines off highway as a cold front moved through the area. So a lot of places in western Tennessee did experience some severe weather. Over here, we did have a lot of. Over here, we had a lot of tornado reports, funnel cloud reports, and then you can see we had a lot of damaging wind reports in Indiana, and I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing some over here, and then over here, and maybe even over here too. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the radar again. Let's go back down here. We have a another. This is just winds. This is just 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible in the Clarksville area, heading towards Nashville. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nashville seeing that too. Then it's starting to fizzle out, but we still have this over here, a special weather statement with 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible there. It expires pretty soon though. Then we have this one. This one expires in 37 minutes. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And we just are seeing the severe weather fizzle out. We're still seeing a few severe thunderstorm warnings here and there. So we're just going to keep an eye on this and watch this finish off. I'll just real quick talk about over here in I think this is Minnesota over here, Minnesota. We're gonna have blizzard conditions up there. Feet of snow or a lot of snow. Then over here we have some winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings. We have a mixture of blizzard and winter storm warnings. We could see. I'm just gonna real quick read some of this off. Blizzard will continue through the evening. 4 to 5 inches of snow in the. This is a blizzard. This is I think. I was looking at a. Oh, here's the blizzard warnings and here's the winter storm warnings. So we're gonna see a lot of areas get dumped with snow. 4 to 5 inches of snow up there. So Minnesota's gonna get a lot of this. Wisconsin's gonna get a lot of snow. Then up here in Michigan, maybe this is a high wind warning. We're gonna see a lot of winds over here. Let's see. I think I saw something. No, I didn't. We have that. Let's go back over here. Here is a winter storm warning over here in New Mexico. Some winter, and then a blizzard warning over here. Those are, we're gonna see some blizzard conditions over here. Let me see how much snow we're expected to see over there. Here, we have winter storm. Let's see how much snow. 5 inches west of Passes River. Total snow accumulation between along the east of the Passes River. I might not be saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. Over here, Los Angeles, they've been seeing a lot of flooding. If you didn't hear about it already, they've been seeing a lot of flooding. I think they're starting to fizzle out. They have high wind warnings and wind advisories now, so it's just kind of sad that they've been seeing all that bad weather over here. Over here we have frost advisories and stuff like that. We're dealing with cold weather advisories and stuff. But overall, they're pretty good. This area was dealing with some flooding during it was dealing with some a lot of heavy snow during Christmas and after, a little bit before Christmas. So we've been seeing a lot of weather, a lot of blizzard warnings, and a lot of stuff over the last few days, and even some of the couple weeks ago, we've been seeing a lot of active weather, not just for severe weather, but snow and stuff. Not so much for our area. I still think it's very possible that we get snow this year. It's just too early to predict. You can't really predict that far out. So we're just going to keep an eye on the weather. We still have this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's look at that. It's starting to fizzle out. Wind gusts up to 60 mile an hour. Over here, we have winds 55 mile an hour winds, and then back down over here we have 55 mile an hour winds too. Let's check that. So yeah, if I go in the outlooks, we're still seeing that. It's just because it's not updated. Let's see what we just got updated on that. It expires in 52 minutes. Or 32 minutes, sorry about that. So yeah, this is pretty much our last severe thunderstorm warning we're looking at. Let me just real quick look at here. Over in the Appalachian Mountains, high wind warnings. Winter weather advisory over here expires in 2 days, so we're going to see some winter weather over here. Over here, we're seeing a lot of winter weather advisories. We're seeing a lot of winter weather advisories. It expires in 3 hours. Yeah, that's the winter weather. One expires in 3 hours, and one expires in 6 hours. So this is all going to happen pretty soon. We see ice storm warnings here. Expires in 12 hours. So we're going to see, let me just look at that. We're going to see significant icing, total ice accumulation up to a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. So that's pretty significant. Places here are going to be dealing with some pretty significant snow there. Or no, ice and snow. Some areas will see snow and some will, let me look, that's going to be expected total snow sleet accumulation of up to 1 inch. So these areas are the main concern here would be the ice. People there need to be worried about ice. We have some more winter storm warnings over here. So we're gonna just winter storm warnings. We can see some more inches of snow up there. In Maine, we have winter weather advisories. So there's a lot going on in the weather. We have a winter weather, actually a wind advisory. We have some like all this area, all this light brown area is under a wind advisory. Even down in Texas, you have a wind advisory. Over here, and almost the whole entire state of Tennessee, and then we're seeing a lot of areas with wind advisories. So this is still more active weather, but the wind advisories, honestly, we're only seeing winds of up to maybe like winds 15 to 25 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 40 to 45 miles an hour. Pretty much that for all the areas. Some people are seeing high wind warnings, like over here in Ohio. Those are high wind warnings in the Appalachian Mountains. places like that could be seeing winds up to 50 miles an hour or higher, maybe even up to 60 gusts. I mean, and then we're seeing more winter storm. A red flag warning. We're actually dealing with some fire weather over here. We have a red flag warning there. Then we have a special weather statement here. That's probably going to be for fog. That's for fog. So we're going to see some more fog issues there. Dense fog problems there. So be safe driving there. I think that's pretty much all the weather talk I have for you today. Things are fizzling out. Actually, I'm going to stay on just for a little bit because Columbus, you just got a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see that. I'm going to look at that real quick. So yeah, Columbus, Ohio, you're about to get hit by a severe thunderstorm warning. You might, depends on what part you're in, but you're seeing a tornado possible tag on it. Right north, it looks like it's going to go to North Columbus. Tornado possible tag with 60-mile-an-hour winds possible. So we're going to look at that for a little bit and see how it plays out. Just remember, this is probably going to extend farther out this way. So we're going to be watching that. We're going to just make sure that no one else has any severe weather for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night, and I might miss some people, but I think in everybody past, like if I'm gonna show you the outlooks, this is pretty much in this marginal risk here. This is pretty much how far the severe weather threat lasts. So places like this might end up seeing severe thunderstorm warnings. There's gonna be some places that are gonna see severe thunderstorm warnings after I'm done with the live stream, but Columbus, you're going to continue, you're going to have a severe thunderstorm warning, and I can tell you that because there is one issued. So we could see a last-minute spin-up tornado possible with that down here in Cincinnati. It expires in 27 minutes. I'll be right back here just in a second, and I'll talk about the weather in a little bit. Let me play the radar. I'm going to zoom it in on this place here. Okay, I'm back, and let's see what changed. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. We have this. It looks like we just got an update. Expires in 26 minutes, and we'll see if we see another one extend. I don't think so. I think it'll just, if anything, it'll just be something that comes last minute. We still have this one, right east of Cincinnati. We don't have a tornado possible tag on it, but we could see 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that. Let's go down here. Again, we have a special weather statement, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We're gonna look. I'm just gonna look at the radar for that. We're still seeing the special weather statement here, but it's about to exit, and it expires in 10 minutes. Yeah, expires in 10 minutes. By the way, the wind advisory for our general area expires in 8 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, expires in let's see. Yeah, expires in 8 hours. So the wind advisory expires in 8 hours. So we're gonna see some winds in that time. We're gonna see some gusty winds in that time. Let's go back to here, see if there's any more updates. Let's see if there's any more updates here. It looks like it extended possibly. Yeah, it looks like it extended a little bit. We're gonna look at that. I'm gonna now let's go on the radar. I'm trying to find a good radar. A lot of these radars over here don't really work that great. Well, I'm gonna use that one. Let's just use that one. Let's split the view, and we have the view split. Let's zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in right here. It doesn't look like we have much rotation, but we're gonna keep an eye on that. I'm gonna switch the radar and see if it makes a difference. Maybe it'll help some. And yeah, I'm not seeing that impressive rotation there, so I don't think we're gonna see any last minute spin up tornadoes, but again, it's always possible. Let's go back to that, the full view, see about this one. Let's click on that one, radar. We still have the potential for 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Expires in 23 minutes. Let's scroll back out, and let's see this one. This one is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with the tornado possible. I think this radar is honestly the best radar for that. I'm gonna play that and see how that looks for Columbus. Let me look see how that looks for Columbus. Yeah, I can get how they have a tornado possible tag on it, cause there is some rotation I'm seeing on it. So yeah, but it's very limited overall. Let me go to split the view. Let me see if I can see any rotation for the velocity on this. Yeah, I can actually. If I change the radar, now I can see a little. It's barely anything, but a little bit of rotation right here near Summerford, or yeah, Summerford or whatever you call it. Might be saying it wrong. And then Lafayette. Yeah, Lafayette and Summerford. It's right past Lafayette. It's right now hitting Lafayette, and Lafayette. Yeah, Lafayette is right now getting experienced by that. So we're gonna look at that. So yeah, Lafayette, you're gonna right now experiencing probably the worst part of the storm. West Jefferson, then probably next up is Columbus. If it right now, if I'm looking at it right, I think it's probably gonna end up coming towards Columbus. But then up here we have some stuff we need to watch out for, like Hillard and Dumplin. Those places are gonna be affected by Grove City. You might be affected by that, some severe weather, or at least a severe thunderstorm warning by this stuff over here. We're gonna look at that. You can see the storm path. So a lot of these areas are probably gonna end up seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings, but it's probably not gonna be that significant. I'm just gonna go back down here. Cincinnati, you are pretty good, but still you have 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. You still have that severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, we just have another update. I'm going to click on that right north of Nashville. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. Let me look at that. Oh, wait, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible expires in 1 hour. And this is right north of Nashville. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't see any rotation with that. Let me just real quick look at the this, like how it is. Yeah, it doesn't look. We're seeing that severe thunderstorm warning, and yeah, these storms are moving pretty fast. So let me read off some cities: Gallatin, Hendersonville, Millerville, Jolton, White House, Cross Plains, Orland, Springfield, you're in it. Coopertown, you're in it. Now places farther out like Cario, Largorada. I'm probably pronouncing a lot of these wrong. And Bethpage or whatever you call that. So yep, these places are about to experience some places that could experience up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I'm just trying to real quick, I'm just gonna play you. If I'm gonna play you like the last 100 scan. No, I can't get 200. Let's play you the last. No, not 75. We're gonna play you the last 100 scans, and just to show you how these storms have been forming over a pretty long period. I'm gonna show you how this storm has been going through this radar. So you can see a lot of this stuff. This is based off of this radar. I should probably switch it to that radar. We were seeing a lot of, during that time, I'm going to wait for it to load. So I'm just off of one of these radars. We were at one point earlier today, before I started going live, we saw a lot of tornado warnings and stuff, severe thunderstorm warnings. It was pretty bad. We were seeing a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. We were seeing a lot of storm reports and severe weather. Some tornado reports too. If you're just now tuning in, I'm just showing you an overview of how the severe weather has been playing out. You can see it's been going, and finally it's starting to weaken. You can see on it, but still it's starting to weaken. But still, we're still seeing some severe weather, severe thunderstorm warnings. Okay, it looks like we have some more updates up here. I'm gonna real quick show you over here. We have a 60-mile-an-hour winds possible over here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. It expires in 17 minutes. So places like this are going to be experiencing some possible wind gusts. I don't think there's a tornado possible tag on it. Nope, there's not, and it's not confirmed. It's just radar indicated. Over here we still have this one. I don't know if I don't know if this one had a tornado possible tag on it before, but now it does, and it expires in 1 hour. So we could see a last-minute spin-up tornado there. I think, yeah, this was just updated. We probably have a tornado possible tag there. And then over here we have another place with a tornado possible tag here, and it's still coming in, and I think there is some rotation on it. So Dumplin, those areas, Westerville, those areas probably going to be up next for some severe weather. Then Columbus, Ohio, you're about to get some severe weather. Yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah, so we're still seeing pretty constant flow of severe thunderstorm warnings. It's just overall we're not seeing that much, and yeah, it's starting to quiet down. I said that earlier, but I'm just saying it again. It's starting to quiet down, but we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching. So I'm gonna keep talking about those that are coming. Let's look at this one again. Let's see if it has a tornado possible tag yet. Nope, it doesn't. Bowling Green, the storms are passing Bowling Green right now as we speak. Let's go back over here, we have 4. If you're just now tuning in, we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that we're looking at. One is in Columbus, one is right southeast of Cincinnati, and another is right east of Cincinnati. Over here, this one is 60-mile-an-hour winds possible, wind gusts actually possible. Over here, this is tornado. A tornado possible. It has a tornado possible tag on it, and it has 60 mile per hour wind gusts possible. If you don't know yet, but a pretty much a tornado tag is pretty much their confidence the National Weather Service's confidence isn't high enough to do a severe thunder tornado warning, but it is high enough to where they can put a tornado possible tag on it. So their confidence isn't that high, but it still means you should remain alert for a possible tornado. Then over here we still have this one in Columbus. We're still dealing with this severe thunderstorm warning. We still have that one. I'm gonna real quick check to see if we have any more storm reports coming in. Okay, we just got a, let me look here. I'm just looking at our storm report. I think we just got from Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati, we just got a storm report. Let me read it aloud. It was at 9:09 p.m. just like maybe 30 minutes ago. It was a report of 60-mile-an-hour winds. So we were actually just a little bit ago, 30 minutes ago, we were seeing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Cincinnati. And then we have some reports of maybe even up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. Louisville was getting a lot of storm reports, so we have been seeing some storm reports from these severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't know that everybody was experiencing it in Cincinnati, but some people did have some strong winds. Okay, the special weather statement over here has been canceled, but we still have this severe thunderstorm warning for Gallatin, and this expires in 42 minutes. I would be weather aware for that. 60-mile-an-hour winds, gusts possible. If you haven't, if you're just now tuning in, we have this mesoscale discussion. It expires in 12 minutes. It's pretty much done. Don't worry about this mesoscale discussion. I think we're pretty much done. We might still have some stuff. I'm going to stay tuned just in case some more stuff doesn't come and pop up. We have, like, this one is a 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's possible. Gusts. And if you're just now, does it still have the tornado possible tag? Yeah, it does still have that tornado possible tag on it. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching this one in Columbus. That's just now about to hit Columbus, Ohio, and Dumpling, Westerville. Those are the places in the future. City Grove, Grove City. I mean, you might end up in the next maybe maybe like 30 minutes. You might start to see some strong winds. Maybe sooner than that. You might start to see. You might already be seeing some rain and stuff. I don't know how strong your winds will be. Overall, it's not too concerning. Still, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Let's see here. Washington Courthouse. Hey, you might have some severe weather here in a little bit. Sabinine, Greenville, and then Hillsborough. That's in Kentucky. That's in Ohio. That's in Ohio. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This one is heading. It's right south of Cincinnati, and it has a tornado possible tag on it with the potential for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Be prepared for that, please. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So be prepared for that. We have this 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. It expires in 9 minutes, so that's pretty much over with. But yeah, we have this one. It has a tornado possible tag on it. Whenever you have those, you need to be alert for a last-minute spin-up tornado. All these except for this one have a tornado possible tag on it, and I don't think this one does actually. This one does not have a tornado possible tag on it, so still. This is still concerning, even though it's not, even though we don't have much of, even though the environment isn't favorable for it that much, because we're still seeing these severe thunderstorm warnings. And if you have a severe thunderstorm warning for your area, you need to be taking it how the National Weather Service tells you to. Like this one tells you this one, remain alert for possible tornadoes. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. To report severe weather, go to our website at weather. I'll highlight this. If you want to report severe weather, just do this. Go to this website and you can report it and submit your report via Scale Media when you can do it safely. So don't do it unless you can do it safely. And we're still seeing those severe thunderstorm warnings come in. So I would say anybody in this line, anybody past this line is still under the gun for some severe weather potential. It's small, but still you need to be alert for severe weather. And I think I'll close there. Maybe I'll stay a little bit longer just to make sure nothing big changes. By the way, if you want to track this yourself, I just want to tell you, WeatherWise app, or you can even just search WeatherWise radar, and this will come up, and you get to. They have a free version of it, and you can look at the severe thunderstorm warnings. So if you want to do that, you can. Yeah. So if you want to monitor this yourself, you can through WeatherWise. If you want to view these severe thunderstorm warnings and stuff yourself, you can. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at this. Columbus. You still have that severe thunderstorm warning heading towards you. Yep, you still have that severe thunderstorm warning for you. Yeah, I think I'll close here. Goodbye, everybody. I hope everybody stays safe tonight for the rest of the severe weather. Please please take this seriously if you're still under, if the storms haven't passed, and be ready for some cold temperatures tonight and tomorrow and then the next night. And goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. I'll probably put out a video. I don't know if I'll put out a video on Tuesday. I probably will, though. Goodbye. Let me just make sure there's nothing new. Okay. Bye. I'll see you in the next one. We'll see if I put out a video on Tuesday. And, yeah, bye.